In Beijing, China today said it is opposed to any foreign investments, including that from Japan, in the disputed areas in India's northeast region, and is against any third party's involvement in resolving its border disputes in India. Reacting to Japan's plans to set up investments in the northeastern states during the Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe's visits to India, the Chinese Foreign Minister spokesperson Hua Chunying told the media that China is opposed to any foreign investments in the disputed areas. She said, "You also mentioned the Act's East policies. You must be clear that the boundary of India and China border areas has not been totally delimited. We have disputes on the eastern section of the boundary," she said. "We are trying to seek a solution through negotiations that is acceptable to both the sides. Under such circumstances, the various parties should respect such aspects, and any third party should not be involved in our efforts to resolve the disputes." China claims Arunachal Pradesh as southern Tibet, which is one of the India state. Hugh said, "There was no mention of China anywhere in India-Japan joint statement, nor she has any seen reference to Beijing as stated by the media. To be frank, we are also closely following the Japanese Prime Minister visits to India. I've read the joint statement carefully, but I have not found the statement mention the term China at all." About the reference to Indo-Pacific, which is included in South China Sea in the joint statement, and called for the countries to resolve the disputes peacefully, she said the statement mentioned disputes to be resolved through dialogue. "We know that to resolve the disputes, the directly concerned parties have to uphold the rights to freedom of navigation or flights entitled to countries under international law. This is China's position," she said. In the indirect reference to Japan, she also said, "We also hope various parties can uphold the rights to freedom of navigation over the flights by the countries in various waters. China and Japan have disputes over the uninhabited islands called Senkakus by Japan and the Dios Islands by China in the East China Sea, where the naval ships of both the countries patrol aggressively in the waters around the island." About the connectivity projects and the implicit criticism of China's Belt and Road Initiative, Hua said, "I haven't seen any reference. I have not seen that at all." Also, she said, "Hope that close ties between India and Japan is conducive to regional peace and stability. I should also add that India and Japan are important countries in Asia. We hope the normal development of relationship can be conducive to regional peace and stability and development and play a conservative role in this process." In Seoul and Tokyo, North Korea fired a missile that flew over Japan's northern Hokkaido far out into the Pacific Ocean on Friday. South Korean and the Japanese officials said deepening tensions after the Pyongyang's recent test of its most powerful nuclear bomb. The missile flew over Japan and landed in Pacific about 2,000 kilometers east of Hokkaido, the Japanese Chief Cabinet Secretary Yoshihide Suga told reporters. Warning announcement about the missile blared about 7 a.m. in the parts of northern Japan, while many residents received alerts on their mobile phones or saw warnings on the TV telling them to seek refuge. U.S. Secretary of Defense Jim Mattis said the launch put millions of Japanese into duck and cover. Although residents in northern Japan appeared calm and went about their business as normal after the second such launch in less than a month. The missile reached an altitude of about 770 kilometers and flew for about 19 minutes over a distance of 3,700 kilometers. According to South Korea's military, far enough to reach the US Pacific territory of Guam. The US military said soon after the launch it had detected a single intermediate range ballistic missile, but the missile did not pose any threat to North America at the US Pacific territory of Guam, which lies 3,400 kilometers from North Korea. Pyongyang had previously threatened to launch a missile towards Guam. Launch of this test was significant since North Korea demonstrated that it could reach Guam with this missile, a Union of Concerned Scientists said in a statement. However, it said the accuracy of missiles, still at an early stage of development, was low, so it could be difficult to destroy US Andersen Air Force Base in Guam. US officials repeated Washington's ironclad commitments to the defense of its allies. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson called for new measures against North Korea and said the continued provocations only deepen North Korea's diplomatic and economic isolations. South Korea President Moon Jae-in echoed the view and said dialogue with North Korea was impossible at this time. He ordered officials to analyze and prepare for possible new North Korean threats, including the electromagnetic pulse and biochemical attack, a spokesperson said on his statement. So what do you think of China is afraid of India and Japan's developing policies in northeast of India, and North Korea testing its second missiles over Japan and testing its new hydrogen bomb last month? Post your comments below, and if you like this video, please give a thumbs up and follow us on social networks and subscribe to our channel. And thanks for watching. This is WC Daily. Think big, think different. Bye.